It always starts with a shot of the alarm going off and then the YouTuber stirring in their bed. Up to the moment where they rise and switch on their lamp, the lighting is spare with a bluish tone that is meant to convey darkness. The brain of the viewer can never accept the conceit that the YouTuber is actually waking up. The viewer knows that a great deal of time and effort was expended in setting up this portrayal of a day's first pang of consciousness. The YouTuber rises to make coffee and water some plants. A soundtrack emerges that might or might not be lo-fi hip-hop, and a voiceover relays the vicissitudes and drudgeries of the life of a 20-something middle-class American. An inspirational chord is often struck, and the video has a title with a vague self-help tenor such as "The work begins now" or "Things are fine as they are." The viewer feels old and jaded. The video wasn't intended for them. The video is intended for viewers who still see their life as a film. Whatever message the YouTuber intended to convey is quickly forgotten by the viewer, who cannot stop thinking about the moment in the video where the YouTuber pretends to wake up, and how art can be judged primarily on the sturdiness of the lie that sits at the fulcrum of its many moving parts. Whether it can survive the merciless barrage of the viewer's gentle attention. The viewers' mornings have become a race against the incoming klaxons of memory, and their evenings are utterly lost to distraction and neurosis. Their day hangs between these poles, like a tightly stretched sheet of parchment that was once the skin of a shy, nervous mammal. It sometimes still manages to catch and diffuse a sudden beam of light on days that are better than this one.
Morning. You see, that's pretty much what I was talking about, which is there's no way you believed that I've just had something in here ready, you know, like I've just, that was part of my journey, and that I hadn't just set up a camera to record myself coming in and taking my coat off and putting it on a chair. This is the office, by the way. This is pretty much the only office I've ever really had in my life. I've not really worked in many offices, I have to say. Not including at home, of course. So I'm making videos again, and I still want to stick to the same kind of thing that I was doing before. So talking my way through an idea, maybe not as rigorously as before, but perhaps moving this slightly more towards a vlog. But I was thinking just I had to do something. I had to kind of get back to video. And the reason why is I like talking. I do a lot of writing, but, and I've said this before, I did a whole video, the writing and the talking seem to go hand in hand. One can't really happen without the other. The thing about my daily life is that I don't have the time anymore. I don't have the space all the time, as I've already said. I don't have a couple of hours on a Saturday morning when my wife takes the kids swimming, because the kids are no longer swimming. They can swim, but they don't do the swimming lessons anymore. So that's it, that's my, and it's not like, of course there's times when I sometimes get the flat to myself. I'm just gonna make this here because this bit might get a tiny bit messy. There are moments when I get the flat to myself, but those moments are few and far between, and they tend to not happen in ways that I can be prepared for. So, like everything else, I find that when you get to a certain age, and when your kids get to a certain age, you have to do things on the fly. On the fly becomes a way of life. It either happens on the fly, or it doesn't happen at all. So everything has to be done on the fly. I find that I do a lot of my writing now on the fly. A lot of the things I have to do in my day-to-day, because so many other things intrude, is done in the spare like 20 minutes, half hour, 5-minute time slots that I have. And that includes writing, that includes poetry, it includes a lot of things. And It's not the ideal way to do it, but if I didn't do it that way, it wouldn't happen at all. I wish I could do the Stephen King thing where I just have a room that I go in and I've got my computer and I'm facing a wall and I just go into the world of the imagination for a few hours. I used to have time to do that kind of thing. I don't have that kind of time anymore. Here we go. My time is broken into little pieces. It's still there, but it's broken into little pieces. And I have to adapt in how I work to make the best use of those little pieces of time. Quite strong, actually. That's quite good. I have to get these pods again. So look, I'm going to find other things to talk about. This is just my little way in. Hope you enjoyed the little poem at the beginning. And I've got a day. This is my last day of lecturing of this calendar year. I'll be back next year in February, back on campus, because it's a big old break. So yeah, look, more stuff is coming. I'm going to experiment. I'm going to mess around, see what happens. And yeah, hopefully it'll be worth watching. Have a good one. And if I don't post anything before that, have a wonderful Christmas and a wonderful New Year. Ciao.